All right. Let's see here. I think, I believe we're live. Things look like they are happening. Um, for those of you who are here and watching, please give me your grace. This is my very first live using a new software called OBS. So OBS is like the simple go live software. However, as somebody who does not go live often, uh, your boy's figuring out new technology today. So if you are here, I figured we'd get things started a little bit early, and then we'll kind of let people roll in since 10 o'clock was the original time. So if you have been around the Dark Horse community for a while, you know that uh, I am big on Rowvember. It's huge. I'm a big fan. We get thousands of people that do it every year. We've been doing it since 2017. Long time now. Long time that we've had Rowvember going on. And this year we got a big present from Concept2. They agreed to give one machine away to somebody. And so we decided to do a random giveaway for Rowvember. So if you participated in Rowvember, now there was no participation requirements. It's just if you signed up, if your name was on the list for Rowvember, and if right now you're like, I should have just signed up, you should have. You should have. I love you all the same though. I'm glad you're here still. Next year, however, by the way, jump into the chat because I can indeed see your chat. So please send your messages in here. I would love to see them. Let me know if you're seeing this. I don't know what the delay's like. This is all different. So I believe, welcome. Yeah, okay. Sorry. I'm just reading messages here. I'm going to show you. So I think we got, yeah, there we go. Oh, look at that transition. I got a wheel. I got a wheel of names here. That is approximately 1,540 people, all the people that signed up. So yesterday, I downloaded the entire list of emails, 1,540 people, put them into this random wheel picker. And look at that. It's even got the Dark Horse logo, although it's upside down. I feel like probably didn't do the greatest job of that. But here's the list here's the list. All tech appears to be working. Oh, thank you so much. Just anyone talking to me. So you can see here, we got 1,540 people. That was as of yesterday. Everybody signed up. Excuse me. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Hopefully the audio is all good. My first but not last Rowvember. So much fun. Oh, good. By the way, so we had a bunch of people ask, why don't you make a Rowvember t-shirt? And I was like, you know what? We should make a Rowvember t-shirt. So I made one. It is up in the merch store, darkhorseroaring.com/shop. And then realized, oh, our store has been broken since like July. And this is what happens in a small company where I'm the only one doing things and I don't realize that things break. I honestly had been sitting here going, yeah, people must just really not be enjoying our merch lately. Nope, it's the fact that shipping has been broken on our store. I currently have it set to flat rate shipping. I spent the prior 2 hours on a tech support chat trying to figure it out. Oh, yeah. Well, I can't do that now. I'm not. How about I just scroll? That way nobody can see it. But just so you guys can see, this is the full list of 1,540 people. I don't think I'm giving away anybody's terribly. Yeah, sorry. I was showing the spreadsheet there for a second. Welcome to me learning this software for the first time. Anyways, so yeah, I created this shirt. It's live on the site now. I got a flat rate shipping in there. I'm trying to figure out the live active shipping rates so that you can select your own shipping rates, but we're currently having issues with it. So it's flat rate shipping at the moment. But there is a shirt now. I really like it. It's kind of like a hand drawn design like this of the erg on the breast, and it says it's just a drawing of the erg, handwritten, hand drawn. It says Rowvember 2025. I forget exactly what it says on the back. Something like the ones who showed up. I think something like that. It's cool. It's like a faded black, so it's going to be kind of similar to this. A little more snug fit, a little bit better for fitness. Sorry, everybody. I switched back to the camera, so hopefully you're here with me. So again, I'm just going to give people a little bit of time to roll in. Whoever decides to come and be here for the live giveaway. Now, the cool part. So if you didn't know this, I have my relationship with Concept2 is kind of a lovely one. The reason that I have my whole career is because Concept2 gave me a shot back when I was a lowly coach, putting on my own seminars back in the day. So I was a rower in college. For those of you who don't know, I was a rower in college, switched over to CrossFit, realized how much rowing was being used, and started coaching. But the lesser known story is that I met my now wife at the gym that I was coaching at. We had known each other for just a few months, and she invited me on this trip to Europe, and I said yes, but I had no money because I was like 22 or 23, coaching on the floor full time at a gym, and I went, oh, I better figure out how to afford a flight to Europe and how to be in Europe, afford being in Europe for a week or two. And so I made a 1-page document in Apple Pages, and it was for a seminar. I didn't put a price on it. I just said, if you're interested in a seminar, email me. And I emailed it to every CrossFit gym in Europe at the time, which at the time was not many because CrossFit was not super popular. Yes, there is a rower being given away. And actually, any Concept2 machine. Brad C44. I'm giving you backstory as to how we landed on the Concept2 giveaway. So, and yes, in case you would like to see, here's the wheel. Maybe I should just leave it on this screen, although you can see people's emails, but I think we'll be okay. I don't think anybody's going to be worried about their emails right now. But anyways, I digress. So I put together this 1-pager for a seminar, and I emailed it to every CrossFit gym in Europe, which at the time was like 25, because this is 2010 or 2011. And one gym in Switzerland responded, CrossFit Le Mans. Shout out to you and Olga, the owners of the gym. Amazing couple, still friends with them to this day. And they hosted me, and they allowed me to pay for my first trip to Europe at that point, and had an amazing experience. Anyways, I get back from that trip. Concept2 had heard about the seminar and had left a voicemail at CrossFit Invictus, where I was coaching at the time, and the head coach for CrossFit Rowing, which was the specialty circuit for the CrossFit seminars. They had things like gymnastics, weightlifting, rowing, running, you name it. Their head coach was retiring, and they said, hey, are you interested? And the rest is history. And so I became their master instructor, along with one or two other coaches at the time who kind of didn't last. And that's how I got my start in this career, was Concept2 giving me the baton to basically hand over the course from Angela Hart at the time, who was a great coach and had kind of started things off. So my relationship with Concept2 is wonderful. It's just very unofficial. And so it's nice because I can kind of make the content I need. It's why I'm machine agnostic, is because I don't have any allegiances. Obviously, I prefer Concept2 because it's kind of the machine everybody uses, or a lot of people use. And so, yeah, just a big thanks to Concept2 for, I guess you could say they kind of sponsored Rowvember this year by offering a machine to everyone. So it's pretty cool. The winner of this is going to get to pick a machine of their choosing. I'm going to put that at row, bike, ski. So rower, biker, skier. I cannot speak to if they will do a strength erg. You may have to massage that one a little bit if you are the winner. However, hopefully you are, and I have a feeling Concept2 is usually pretty generous in that way, but I cannot speak to it. And the only other thing, this was in the email, and so I do want to make sure that this is clear before I spin the wheel of fun, in order to pick our random winner, is that they have to be US based, and that's because everywhere else that Concept2 sells, they have a uh, regional, or I guess a country level distributor. So, for example, if you're buying Concept 2 in the UK, you're not buying from Concept 2 US, you are buying from Concept 2 UK. If you buy in Brazil, it's Concept 2 Brazil. And so they are independently owned from Concept 2. They are a part of it, but the relationship is such that they make their own decisions as to what they do. So if you're in another country that's not the US, I can only speak to Concept 2 US. So that is the only asterisk on this. And my apologies to any of you who are not in the US. Hopefully, we don't end up with that situation with the spin. I'll try to reference the list after I spin to ensure that, because I do have cities and countries for many of you that you guys input here. So we'll reference, but that's the only caveat to this. So we're about 7 minutes in. Does anybody have any questions, anything you want to hear about, or any comments you want to offer before I start spinning this wheel? And I'm going to do a few. I got this idea. I was talking to, by the way, sorry, this is new. I keep forgetting it's on my face. I've talked to a few friends and some of my team because I haven't done a live giveaway before. And so to offer as much transparency as we can, I'm going to spin the wheel just a couple times. It's unofficial. They're not the winners. I'm just going to spin it a couple times so you can see how the whole thing works. And that does select an email. Now, again, the first couple times, it's not going to be the winner. I will tell you when we're doing the official spin, but I just want you all to have confidence that I indeed, Eamon Glavin, the man, the myth, the legend. Thank you. Appreciate that. I just want you to have confidence this is a true random selection. I took the entire list of 1,540 of you and entered it into this random spinner. And surprisingly, I mean, maybe not surprisingly, most random pickers, by the way, they cap out at 1,000. So I had to like find the depths of random pickers. Oh, Brad C44. You had to have entered, or you had to have signed up for Rowvember on Rowvember.com or other various pop-ups on our site. Rowvember.com. We run it every November, so it is over at this point. We give you a free workout every day of the month, and it's just a fun challenge. It's meant to kind of inspire people to kind of go into the holiday season having a decent amount of fitness under their belt. And it's just fun to see. We throw like a real kind of breadth of workouts at you, and it's a lot of people get through it. They have a ton of fun with it. Like I said, we did a t-shirt this year, first time ever. I just had a ton of people say, why don't you do a Rowvember t-shirt? We would love that. So I did. I obliged. It's on the website now, darkhorserunning.com/shop. Apologies, we're having trouble with shipping, so I set a flat rate shipping on there of $10. That feels like too much. It might be. Maybe I'll back it down to like $7 or something like that. The trouble is, Eamon, I've been watching you, by the way. You have been on that Rowvember grind. I've been putting in more meters over the past 2 years than I have in the previous 10 combined, for the record. If any of you follow me on Strava, you know my rowing meters are through the roof over the past 2 years, which is paying off. It truly is. Brad C44, yeah, sorry, it is over, but that's why we're doing the random draw now, because it's over, it's closed out, and I did want to make sure that I stayed on top of it and got on top of it early, so that we made sure that we got that out to everybody who had entered, and while everybody was still excited. Yeah, Eamon. One of these days, hey, by the way, Eamon, I have been getting in a double, so I've been sculling. First time sculler here, first time caller, long time listener. I've been sculling pretty consistently in a double with one of my teammates, Tom Pezic. Thank goodness he is patient and is willing to jump out in a double with me and take me through all of the troubles of learning basically a new way of rowing. For those of you that don't know, in the world of rowing, there are two types of rowing. There's sweep and scull. In sweep rowing, you have one giant oar. Imagine you have a broom, right? You generally only sweep with one broom. And so you get this big oar, it goes out to one side. And so typically you get good at rowing on one side. Yours truly. I've only ever rowed on port, which is the oar goes off to my right side. So that's port side. Technically, the boat's going that way, so that would be the left side. If you're going forward in a boat, it's the left side is port, the right side is starboard. I'm a port, I row with one giant oar. Sculling is where you have an oar in each hand. Sculling boats go from 1 to 4 Sweep rowing boats go from 2 to 8 people. 1 to 4. 1, 2, or 4 people. Sweep rowing goes 2, 4, or 8. And I've never sculled seriously. I've done it here and there. The reason I'm talking about this, you guys, is because Eamon Glavin, he's another amazing YouTuber. The man puts out the most beautiful rowing content you'll ever see. So if you see Eamon Glavin in the chat, make sure you go give him a follow. His account's amazing. His stuff is beautiful. The guy gets buttery footage of real on-water rowing. Gorgeous. Anyways, Eamon, now, one of these days, I can confidently get into a boat with you without making it terrible. So, FYI, I've been in the devil. I intend on keeping it up for a little bit. Brad, I'm going back to your comment here. I've been watching your YouTube videos. I've been watching your videos on YouTube for a few months now, and I'm looking forward to winning a Concept 2 rower. As a beginner rower, I think your videos are an excellent start. Thank you. I appreciate it. That is the real goal. And honestly, I mean, when people talk about like, hey, do you coach? May or may not. Amen. You have to tell me these things ahead of time because I'm leaving town tonight. One of these days we'll connect. Next time I'm in Philly. I need an excuse to come to Philly. It's been a long time. Dadvales was the last time I was at Philly in college. Anyways, a lot of people say like, hey, do you coach people on the water? My answer to that is, can I? Yes. Do I? No, because there are more than enough on-water coaches. And frankly, a lot of you that show up here you're new to rowing. And what I've always said is my goal is to try and bridge the gap between not knowing rowing and feeling comfortable with rowing. And I never try to force feed it. I don't try to like make people love rowing. That's never been my goal. My goal is to simply lower the barriers to entry, make rowing feel more approachable so that it doesn't feel so like snobby, and make it feel like it's something that anybody can do, which anybody can. You'd be surprised how easy access to a rowing machine can be. There's often one in the gym that you go to, sitting in the corner collecting dust. It's a skill movement, and it takes learning. And so there's this need to welcome people into the sport without it feeling like there's a high barrier to entry. And so that's my goal, Brad, is I want people to feel comfortable getting into rowing, learning it, finding their way, and then maybe they come to love it. Maybe you come to love it, Brad. I don't know. But my goal is that it doesn't feel like a black box where like energy goes in, output comes out, and you have no idea what happens in the mix. I want people to be able to understand, because if you can understand, maybe you can find your way to enjoying it. Excuse me. By the way, welcome to the new studio. This is it. I love this space. It's amazing here in San Diego. So for those of you if you ever want to visit, Dark Horse now has an HQ. And I have a whole merch shop up front. This is amazing. First time in my life that I've had a merch shop of all Dark Horse merch. Kind of cool. It's up front. Eamon, you're invited. Okay, let's see. Catching up on comments here. Any other comments before I start to spin the wheel and take you to the screen share? Is it more fun erging or using slides dynamic rower to simulate sculling? I've never tried the latter. Let me put it this way. Erging, being on a machine, whether it's static or dynamic. Eamon, the pre-sale on the 776 thing is already passed. Don't worry. I think there's an opportunity. Anyways, erging on a dynamic or a static in this sense is, to a rower, is like having to run on a treadmill to a runner. You love running because you love the outdoors, the fresh air, seeing new sights, feeling the pavement under your feet. Running on a treadmill can be a little bit like, ooh, okay, I got to get it done. But if we're comparing static to dynamic, they're definitely different. The dynamic or slides or an RP3, which I have a RP3, by the way, sent me a machine. It's just on the other side of the camera here. I haven't set it up yet because I'm out of a videographer right now. So if anybody's videographer and local to San Diego, let me know. It's fun because it takes a lot of the stress off of your body. The thing with if you think about the way that a static machine works, is that a static rower sits in place. It's metal and plastic, very fixed. The only thing that can give in a static or on a static machine is the human body. of the all of the elements involved in that system, the human body is the softest. And so it can be a little bit more harsh on the body with a static machine because you have to be really engaged with the thing so that it doesn't kind of like, get you to fold. And so that is where like a static can get a little bit grindy in training. A dynamic, on the other hand, the machine tends to move underneath you, which is much more like rowing, where you plant an oar in the water and then you're traveling past where that oar position is in the water to propel the boat forward or backward, depending on which way you're thinking about it. And so, a dynamic machine of any kind, whether it's the Concept2 Dynamic or you put it on slides, or if you're on an RP3, they're easier on the body, and they are a little fun because you can rate a little bit higher because the system, you're kind of collaborative with the machine. So like you're moving, machine is moving, you're moving a little bit less. Actually, it's more like machine moving underneath you. And so there's a little bit more collaboration. It's fun. It definitely is a skill, but it does take you a step closer to learning to row on the water or feeling the sensation of rowing on water. The analogy I always give is rowing on a static machine is like learning to ride a four wheeler if there are pedals on it, right? You get the concept. There are wheels, there are pedals, a seat, handles. You kind of like understand how the system works, but it's pretty easy. Going to the water is then like taking what you learned on the four wheeler and learning to ride a unicycle. Systems are still the same, it's just infinitely more complex. A dynamic gets you one step closer to it where your body starts to understand, oh, okay, so the thing, I have to push the thing away from me. Like it moves under me rather than I'm the thing slinging back and forth, which can lead to a little bit better uptake of information kinesthetically. That makes sense. Okay. Is the tall, sorry, I'm running through questions here. Eamon, you should have bought it on the pre-sale, but it is coming. I believe there's gonna maybe be some stock. We'll see. Otherwise, just call me. Brad, is the tall Concept2 Aurora that big a difference than the standard height? Is the tall worth it? No. In my opinion, no. There's no difference. The machine is exactly the same. It just sits a few inches taller. Frankly, I hate sitting on the tall machine. Anybody back me up here? When I sit on a tall machine, or what used to be called the Concept2 Model E, whenever I sit on them, I feel like I am like about to teeter off the machine. It feels weird. I don't like it. I don't like the sensation. But for the record, it's the exact same machine. The monitor is the same. Nothing's different about it. It's just slightly more expensive because you got to get it higher above the ground. It means more metal. That's it. So no, I wouldn't. I would just go with the regular, unless for some reason you have mobility issues. That was really the reason they created it was for people with mobility issues so that they didn't have to squat down as far to get to the seat. Loki 718. Your beginner technical workouts are the best. That's how I got started. Amazing. That's the goal. The goal, get you started comfortably and then help you build confidence over time. Eclez 12. EC Clez. Help me out with that one. I rode with you on your YouTube videos during post-pandemic. Do you have some similar content that's newer? Honestly, I took a little bit of pause on the workouts just because they're exhausting. I could be filming my workouts now, but little like insider tip, my workouts are pretty boring. I could record my 4x20 minute zone 2 rate 20 workouts, but like the one I did 2 days ago is pretty much the same as the one I'm going to do next week. The ones that do change are the more dynamic workouts. I said yesterday, I meant Monday. Yesterday's workout, or Tuesday's work. What day is it? Thursday? Tuesday's workout, 5x1250. Sure, we film those. Other than I'm dying inside. So there's a real balance here. My rowing is also mine, and I think that's one of the balances that I struggled to hit. But during the pandemic, I was like, I know everybody's suffering. Like nobody's feeling connection right now, and so I wanted to give that to you guys. Now it's a little bit different because I've stepped back into rowing in a big way, and I struggle with knowing when I should record a workout versus when a workout is just for me. And hopefully you guys understand that. Like I want to provide that to you guys, but also it's a lot of effort. There's a lot of time, energy, money that goes into recording those videos, having an editor, like it just is a lot. And rowing is something that I love, and I have to focus on it when I want to be better at it. So it's a real push pull here. I'm trying to find that balance, and hopefully I will someday for you guys. It probably means that I would need to record like second workouts in a day because I do still want to have my own training. Um, Jill Keating 5566. Me too. Okay. Sorry, I didn't know what that was in reference to. Do you get more people from High Rocks now? Absolutely. I did a seminar with High Rocks. This sorry, questionable. How long is this for? Until I spin the wheel. I'm just answering questions right now. I will happily spin the wheel as soon as the questions are done. I just don't go live very often, and this is new to me. This software is new to me, so surprise, we're all new to this together. If you guys like this, though, hey, maybe this is a regular something that I do, because I do enjoy talking to all of you. Do I get more people from High Rocks? Yes. I did a seminar at, I want to say it was like National Championships High Rocks in Chicago 2 years ago, and did High Rocks then as well. High Rocks is great. I think it's fun. It gets more people active. It's like the perfect blend of CrossFit to endurance. The drawings now. It's happening on this live. I'll show you again. Here's the wheel, loaded and ready. I'm just answering questions. You're with us here. We're all family now. So yeah, it's great. I think High Rocks is awesome. I think a lot of people are using rowing and ski erg, both things that I coach for Concept 2. And I think it's a great blend of taking, people who had CrossFit and are wanting to move into something that's a little bit less CrossFitty and a little bit more accessible. So I like it for that. HRVAT Alley, Hervat Alley. Thanks for the answer. Sounds like a dynamic is worth trying, but the C2 site has the disclaimer the dynamic rower is recommended only for people who row on the water, which always made me worry. I mean, they say that because it is far more usable for a rower. So it's totally your choice though. Like plenty of people who are just hobby rowers for fitness can. Here's the thing though. If you already have a static, get some slides. See if you like it using the slides. It accomplishes the same thing, kind of. It's not exactly the same. The dynamic, they haven't updated it in a while. It's definitely an older machine. So can you go the dynamic route? Yes. I think slides, if you already have a static, is kind of a good move in that direction. You just need to make sure your slides are leveled. Otherwise, it can be weird. You can start like bouncing off the front and the back. Let's see. EC Cles 12, thanks for providing that insight on creating the workout videos. They're very powerful. Gotta go. See ya. Amen. Kiss. Oh, kiss, marry, kill. I was thinking, keep it simple, stupid. Yeah, kiss, marry, kill, the rower, skier, biker. Kiss, the biker, marry, the rower, kill the skier. My final answer. If you guys, again, if you follow me on Strava, which you should, I love the biker and I connect it to Zwift. And at least once a week, I get an amazing workout on the biker. I love it. I love that machine. Honestly, because it breaks up the monotony of being on the row erg for me. Because I'm already putting in anywhere from 2 to 4 erg workouts a week. I need one of those to like mentally deload me from the row erg. So I end up on the bike erg once a week on Zwift. And it's so much fun. I love it. If you've got a bike erg, you know it. Like it's great. And the Zwift connection is immaculate. Connects to the power meter, the cadence meter, and then you connect your heart rate monitor. It's so great. I'm going to try and be better about answering these questions quickly. Kirsty Cubberly, can you talk about VO2 max workouts on the rower? Specifically, some examples of workouts that fit this criteria. Your 5x500 meter plus burpees is one of your favorites? That's a favorite? That workout is horrible. I hate that workout in like a love it kind of hate it kind of way. Honestly, when you're thinking about VO2 max workouts, like the thing you need to do is any kind of interval that puts you in a 3.5 to 6 minute window per interval. That's what you're looking for. So whatever it is that gets you in there. So like even the like 5x500 is a little shy of that. Primary example, the workout that I did on Monday with my team. You do need room for slides as well. That I did with my team. Sorry, Tuesday that I did with my team, 5x1250 with 5-minute rest. Good rest window. because you're underneath the rest. So the rest is going to be longer than the work, which is always critical to making sure you can actually recapture some of that energy load that you need so that you don't start heading into a downward slide on the energy system scale, which is something always to be careful of and critical of. Look at your rest to work window. Um, so if you look at a work to rest window, to get into like real VO2 max level workouts, in my opinion, you need to have a little bit longer rest than you do work because your body needs time to recuperate. Otherwise, you just are basically putting yourself into what becomes a long aerobic workout because you don't have enough time to recover. Um, so you need to be able to rest, recover, replenish in between each round so that you can come back and hit it hard because that's the real goal. VO2 max is you need to kind of be throttling up to real capacity, excuse me, throttling up to capacity for that whole time. And so you need something that really taxes you hard. And then you have to rest and you have to come back and do it again. And this is where VO2 max workouts are rough, is because done right, you're at threshold like every single time. And it just brutalizes you. Like I don't I'm decent at them, but man, they are not fun. You're living in a hurt zone, the hurt locker during that time. So really VO2 max is more like a time window. You're looking at you want ballpark 4 to 5 minutes. So whatever distance for you that ends up being, kind of plant yourself in that zone. You can do it based off time, you can do it based off of distance, calories, whatever gets you there. You just need to be in that time window. Then give yourself a little bit more rest time than you have work time so that you can fully replenish. Again, if your work time is shorter than your rest time, if your rest time is shorter than your work time, you're going to start burying yourself. You're going to get into a hole. And that's not what you want because now you're just having to go aerobic and now you've lost the value of VO2 max. And that's one of the things that I'm critical of in a lot of programming plans is they don't give enough rest time. And so it just becomes this long, grindy aerobic workout. Anybody can do that. You can slog. That doesn't make it a VO2 max workout, in my opinion, in my professional opinion. Hervat Alley, any plans for a strength erg deep dive beyond the first look you did last year? I just started playing with it again recently, maybe. I think there's one potentially on the horizon. I'm out a videographer right now. I had one for a couple months. He was local and he left. So I'm out of videographer, which definitely helped those things along. It gets slower when I'm the one that has to record because I am like talent, cameraman, audio guy, lighting guy. Eamon knows the drill. Loki, you need room for slides as well. Eamon, I enjoyed the first one. So kiss, marry, kill. Slides, dynamic, or RP3. I cannot comment on that until I can get my RP3 out of the box. But I'm gonna probably put slides on kill, just because I prefer a true dynamic. I much prefer a true dynamic machine over slides, because slides like you're kind of like putting lipstick on a pig with that. Like the static is meant to be static. Does it work? Sure. Can you link up machines? Absolutely. We did it last year for a session with our 8 going into the San Diego Crew Classic. It was pretty fun. Rough workout. But linked together, it just made it more enjoyable. So for that, I kind of like it, but I'm still going to put slides on the kill list. That leaves dynamic or RP3, toss up between kiss and marry. I'm going to hold reserve my opinion on that till I get it out of the box. Mezzo Ateco. When I was 31, I clocked 2 hours and 26 minutes for the marathon. Oh, the glory days. Yeesh. Yeech. Scott Harvey, 25. I'm 58, looking for some good intermediate weight loss workouts. Do it, man. I got lots of intermediate workouts for you. I think I have over 100 workouts on the channel at this point. Okay, everybody. Do we think it's time? Should we spin the wheel? Should we spin the wheel? Let me navigate on over to the wheel page. The wheel page. All right, let me move this out of the way. Yeah. Sorry. Software glitching. Can I hide this? Okay, here, I'm gonna try it this way. How's that? Now you guys can't see everybody's, sorry. And Eamon, I'm on OBS, by the way. first timer here. Okay. All right. So now we can't see the list of names. Does everybody feel ready to start spinning a little bit? So like I said, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spin the wheel of Concept 2. I'm going to spin the wheel just so you guys can see that it is indeed a randomly generated email picker. You may have seen it before. All 1,500 and it appears 96 emails have been added into this list, which is why this has so many lines. And yeah, very overpowered. So I'm going to spin it twice. I'm going to spin it twice. They are not, this is not the winner. I just want you guys to have trust that this system is indeed random. All right. So let me move OBS to my other screen here. Okay. And I think I just click it. I click this. There we go. All right. Here's our first. This is not the winner. Just spinning it. There we go. Okay, so that would have been, I'm not going to remove Drew Gonzalez. That would have been the selected person. I'm going to do it another time. Anybody, if you got any last minute questions, speak now or forever hold your peace about this, about the system I got here. Yeah, we're going to do one more spin. Again, not the real spin. Just building the confidence muscle here, everyone. Poor Drew. I know. Hey, maybe it'll happen again. Maybe it'll happen again. Commiserations to Drew. Oh, Drew, man. I'm so sorry. Berkeldon 95. Not it. Okay. Are we all confident now? Are we all confident that the wheel works? We got our 1,596 emails in there. Are we ready for the draw? Are we ready for the draw? And I'll keep you guys here. I will go reference on the other page to make sure. I will not show you guys the email list at that time. I will go confirm that that person does seem to be in the U.S. afterwards. As I mentioned, the person has to be in the U.S. because we're only dealing with Concept2 U.S. How do you enter, Scott Harvey? You had to have entered into Rowvember. You had to be signed up for Rowvember on Rowvember.com. There's always next year. I have a feeling Concept2 will probably sponsor again next year. And a reminder that the winner of this is going to win a Concept2 machine of their choosing. The only thing I cannot confirm is whether the strength erg is included in that. It may just be limited to row, bike, ski. But once I will email you, or we will email you from Team Dark Horse, it'll probably be from support@darkhorserunning.com. We'll send you an email to let you know that you won if you are the one selected. And we will then connect you directly to Concept2 to kind of handle the final details from that point on. That's a fun name there. Just been a long time subscriber, and I just wanted to say thank you so much about a water rower that I happened to get just as the pandemic happened. Then I came across your videos. Still follow him. Love it. Hi, Atomic. Yo, what's up? Okay. Are we ready for the draw? Here. Can I get a drum roll? Can I get a drum roll in the chat, please? However you type that. I want to see how you all do that. I'm going to wait until I see a drum roll in there. Or maybe just emoticon drums. Who's got the emoji drums for me? I'm waiting. I'm anxious for this. All right, I'm spinning. Here we go. This is for the winner of this year's Rowvember Concept2 giveaway. There it is. Okay. SL Denman at hotmail.com. Okay. I am copying that. I'm going to go write that down so it doesn't get lost. And now I'm going to head over here. I'm going to try and find that email. Oh, no. Brisbane. Oh, no. We got an out of the US. We got it out of the US, everyone. Shoot. Shoot. Okay. Okay. Oh man, we're rolling again. We're rolling again. Whew. On the tips of my toes here. A hot meal in 2025 is wild. Agreed. Wow. Okay. We got a non-US winner. That means we got to spin again. Somebody else has a chance. Will it be you? All right. I'm not going to demand the drum roll this time, but here we go. Roll number 2. The draw. Oh, I know. This is some serious drama. Here we go. The roll starts, or the spin starts. Davis Elaine M at Gmail. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I want to go copy it down. Okay. Let's find. Hey, we got a winner. We got a winner. Elaine is in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Hey, everybody. Thank you for being here for that one. And apologies if you did not win. But regardless, I truly hope you enjoyed your Rowvember. And as I mentioned, I did make a t-shirt for Rowvember this year, darkhorserowing.com/shop. The Rowvember t-shirt is now available. I'm working on shipping issues there, but I believe the shipping is at least available at this point. Okay, so in case you guys missed, anybody who is not in the US cannot win because this was a guarantee from Concept2 US. So my apologies, but every country has their own Concept2 distributor, and therefore I can't speak for the distributor of Concept2 in Australia or in the UK because they are totally separate entities. And Concept2 US can't just tell them, hey, you got to send a machine to this person. So, Will McKay, apologies for that you're in Canada. Again, that's why. Checker, Australia. Yep, that's why you can't win in Australia. Again, because I don't have. This wasn't a commitment from every Concept2 distributor on the world because they are all privately owned. So, our winner, Elaine M. Davis. I'm going to close that. Congratulations to her. Hey, listen, I'm still here. So if anybody would like to ask any questions, I am happy to still be here and continue asking questions because there are a good amount of you here. And this is actually quite fun. I like chatting with you guys. Also, Eamon, love that you're here for the drama, my man. I appreciate you bringing that. Question for you, Eamon. Kiss, marry, kill on Slides Dynamic RP3. And yeah, any other questions you guys got? We'll hang for a second, because why not? By the way, Elaine will be getting an email from Dark Horse Rowing. We will send it to her in order to connect her with Concept2. And hey, if she doesn't respond, there may still be it. Well, if she doesn't respond, we'll give it like 48 hours, 24 hours, 48, 24. What would you guys do? If there's no response, then I'll come right back and I'll spin the wheel again, and maybe there's a surprise. Maybe she doesn't respond. We'll see. Any other questions? Kiss Slides. Really? Marry RP3, kill Dynamic. No kidding. Is it because on the Dynamic you've got a rope connected to the handle as opposed to a chain, or what? What's your hate on the Dynamic? How do you participate in? It's not Rowvember. It's Rowvember, baby. Scott Harvey, you sign up. We give you a free workout every single day for the month of November, and they're really varied. They're intended to make Rowvember fun. Giving you a workout every single day. The goal is, can you accomplish all 30 workouts throughout the month? It's just an honor system, not a competition. Nobody wins. It's you and yourself. Hervat Alley, Model F before or after 2035. I don't know that there's going to be a Model F, considering that they killed the Model E. and made it row erg tall. I don't know what I don't model. I guess it would have to be the whole thing gets an upgrade, but they're I think they're kind of churning on it. So I don't, they're so slow between machine releases. It took 8 years after the skier, no, after the biker to get the strength erg. So it's like, uh, you know, is the rower going to get an update anytime soon? I don't know that it needs it at the moment. Concept 3 Model F. Love me some slides. C2 sent them in the sub 630 challenge, and the dynamic doesn't feel good to me for some reason. Fair. I'm excited to play with the RP3. I'm really appreciative that they sent it to me. I feel bad that I haven't taken it out of the box yet, but I want to think through if I should be recording this and making it. I guess I can come back here. By the way, I want to think through if I should make this. Like record the unboxing thing. I just am not big on unboxings. I'm like more. Let me just talk about the machine rather than the like get it out of the box. But hey, would you guys want to see an RP3 come out of the box and me assemble it all? And then a separate video for my review or what? Actually, it would be neat to see a PM6 sometime. Agreed on that. I do think a PM6 could be an update. I think that could happen. Some improved functionality, maybe the ability to like link to more devices. I liked their upgrade on the new monitor arm. For those of you that have older machines, if you haven't seen, like they upgraded the monitor arm so it has a little like jaw that can hold your phone or a tablet in place. I use that quite often, so I do like the new monitor arm. But a PM6 could be an upgrade. Live stream the unboxing. Do you know how long that would be? That would take forever. Because you should have seen me, by the way, when I had to unbox the strength erg. Like I can unbox a row erg and have that thing assembled in probably like under 10 minutes. That's pretty quick. Those things are easy. Strength erg, there's a lot of parts, and a lot of like scratching my head. I put something on backwards. Yeah. So I don't know if I could live stream the unboxing of the RP3. That'd be pretty funny. I'd have to sync my wireless mic up here as well so you guys could hear me talking. There's no way I'd be able to talk while I was here. Whoa. That was weird. Odd. All right. RP3 is from Eamon. RP3 is notorious for breaking, so knowing what's in the box and putting it together would be a solid section in an overall RP3 video. That's a good point. I have heard that, but I also don't know if that's like the RP3s of old or still currently, if that's an RP3 issue. I don't know, but I did have a great conversation with the RP3 group at Head of the Charles. I spent a decent amount of time there chatting with them. They got me into the Washington tent. That was exciting. It's just, I walked around and everybody kept looking me up and down like, you clearly don't belong here. Because I was like a shrimp amongst them. And you could tell they were like, you're wearing the wrong colors. You don't belong in this tent. But it was very nice of them to get me in there. And I did enjoy, shout out to Dolph for making that happen and introducing me to the rest of the RP3 gang. The newer ones should be better than the OG ones. Yeah, I think so. It definitely seems like they're making a push, which makes me think that they would probably be putting a higher caliber on their QC right now. So the double rail one, Model S versus T. I go look for you. I want to say S. Give me 2. I'll go look. We're back, everyone. It's a Model T. Model T double rail or single? I don't know. Let's see. Pull it up. I use them daily when rowing in Ireland for Trinity College Dublin and love the feeling of them and the screen data. That is the thing that I'm like, fairly impressed by is what they've got going with data. So I'm excited to check that out and have them like set up a the account for me because I'm excited to test their app. Apparently, the app works well on the water, so I'd like to start getting my phone on the water with their app and test it out. T equals double rail. Is that good? I don't know. I don't know. Is that better? Two better than one? I don't know. Shout out to all the Ames chilling in the back. Oh, the Eames chairs. Oh, yeah, you like that? I thought you were talking about Eamon. Yeah, you like that. Also, this couch, very fire. I love this thing. And it's like a true vintage couch in Dark Horse Orange, by the way. So good. It's incredibly comfortable, for the record. It's my nap couch on practice days when I'm too tired. I come back here and I take a nap before I start. It seems more solid to you. Okay, cool. T equals double rail. The more you know. Thanks, Reading Rainbow. All right, gang. Well, we have a winner for our Rowvember 2025 Concept2 giveaway. So big shout out and thank you to Concept2 for doing a giveaway machine of the winner's choosing. Elaine is going to get an email from us today, and hopefully she responds. No, I didn't see anybody answer. How long should we give? 24, 48 hours to respond. It's an email. You never know if it's going to look spammy. So it's like, hopefully she sees it and goes, I actually, like if you got an email out of the blue from Dark Horse that was like, you won, I would be sus. I'd be like, sure. Just tell me what link I'm supposed to click. I'll get on that right away. How long should we give? Because if we don't hear back, I do need to find 24 hours for it. Now we're split. End of Friday. Okay. That's like a day and a half, 36. I think that's fair. Like end of the week, just say like, hey, we need to hear from you by 5 p.m. on Friday night. Otherwise, we'll have to move on to picking somebody else. That sound fair to everyone? That's like 36. Split the difference between 24 and 48. I like that. That sounds like a good solution to me. Also, for the record, Eamon is texting me on the side. I see. I'm seeing him message me on the side over here. Love that. Eamon, we're gonna make it happen. We're just the last two times Eamon has come to town, by the way, I have been out of town. It just never ever works. And I'm so grumpy about this because I really want to also, in case you didn't know, Eamon filled in at the Crew Classic for us. Was it 3 years ago now, Eamon, or 2? Jumped in a boat. He was in town in San Diego. One of our athletes just straight up did not show up race morning. I knew Eamon was in town. I called him. I think I woke him up. It was like 5:30 in the morning. Pretty sure I woke him up. Eamon, do you have a uni? Yeah. I'm pretty sure I could hear him rubbing the sleep out of his eyes. He goes, yeah. I'm like, you want to race? I hear some like shuffling in the background. And like, let me see if I can get a ride. No joke. 15 minutes later, Eamon just rolls up to the course. What a G. Just like ready to go. Jumps in, races, 0 warm up, never been with the crew. What a guy. What a guy. And so I've never been able to repay the favor. So, Eamon, you ever need me, just tell me where I got to be. I'll race with you. All right, gang. It's running on a little bit, and I feel like, we've kind of let things run its course. I've answered some good questions. And what a time. I mean, it's just the Crew Classic's a fun race anyways. It was. That's a great video. Great video. He's got footage of it. From your website, if you're selected, you will have 48 hours to respond to your winning email before you in person. This will continue as needed until. Did I say that? Nathaniel Savigny. Hey, if my website says that, then I guess that's what I got to follow. 48 hours. Okay. Then 48 hours it is. Nathaniel, thank you for pointing that out. I tough years. All right. I will then 48 hours it is, everybody. We've got 48 hours. We'll call it 48 hours from noon today. I guess that's settled. Indeed, I guess that is settled. I am a man of my word, despite not knowing what my word is in this situation. But yeah, I'll do 48, and we'll call it 48 from noon. So we'll basically say till noon on Saturday. Um, and that's that. This has been a real gas, everybody. I've had a good time. Hopefully you have as well. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to your favorite rowing chat. I'm kidding. I wouldn't mind doing this again. I enjoy chatting with you guys. Truly, like I in the app, if you remember the app, I do a live call once a week here, and it is truly live where it's a Google Meet, and I get to coach people. People can show up and just have their machines ready to go, and I will do live coaching on the spot with them. I can answer questions about strategy. We have really great talks, and it's a pretty consistent group, and I do love doing that. And so this is kind of fun. The only downside is I don't get to see you guys or hear your responses, which is definitely, it kind of feels like you're shouting into the void, which is why I appreciate all the comments. I'm not like a streamer, so I'm not here gaming for you. I don't have anything to react to in the moment. It's just me talking based off of the comments. Good thing I'm good at talking ad nauseum about things. But hey, maybe we could live stream a workout every once in a while. That could be fun. A 4x20 and just sit and chat while I'm going through it. Anyways, happy holidays to everybody. Happy December. Congratulations on Rowvember. If you want to pick up a piece of Rowvember merch, don't forget to head to darkhorserun.com/shop where the shirt is now live. And I just appreciate you all. This has been fun. Good luck to our winner, Elaine. And if she doesn't come through, then I'll go back and select the next person and try again. So with that, it's been great. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful end to your week.